I taunted my ex's widow after she lost her court case for visitation with my son. My ex-boyfriend Marcus died in a motorcycle accident 2 years ago when our son Jake was only 5. Marcus and I had broken up when Jake was 3, but he still saw his dad every weekend. It was messy, but we made it work for Jake's sake. 6 months before Marcus died, he married this woman named Brittany, who he'd been dating for like 8 months. She seemed nice enough when I met her, but I could tell she was trying way too hard to play stepmom with Jake. When Marcus died, Brittany completely lost it. Not just normal grieving, but she started acting like Jake was her biological son. She'd show up at his school claiming to be his mother and trying to pick him up. She'd call me demanding to take Jake for weekends like she had some legal right to him. I felt bad for her at first. She was obviously hurting and probably saw Jake as her last connection to Marcus. But then things got weird. She started posting pictures on Facebook calling Jake my baby and telling people she was raising Marcus's son. She even changed her last name to match Jake's, which creeped me out completely. The final straw was when she hired a lawyer and filed for grandparent rights, claiming she was Jake's stepmother and deserved visitation. The problem was, she'd only been married to Marcus for 6 months before he died. Jake barely knew her. During the court proceedings, all kinds of crazy stuff came out. Brittany had been telling Jake that I was trying to keep him away from his real family and that she was going to fight to bring him home. She'd been buying him expensive toys and promising him a puppy if he came to live with her. The judge was not having it. He said Brittany had no legal standing and that her behavior was actually harmful to Jake's emotional well-being. He denied her petition completely and told her to stop contacting us. I should have just been relieved and moved on, but I was so angry about what she'd put Jake through. All those months of confusion and false promises had really messed with his head. So when I saw her at the grocery store the week after the court decision, I couldn't help myself. She was in the cereal aisle looking absolutely miserable, and when she saw me, she started tearing up. I walked right up to her cart and said loud enough for other people to hear, well, if it isn't the woman who thought she could steal someone else's kid." Her face went bright red and she started shaking. Then I kept going. "How'd that work out for you in court? Did you really think a judge would give you rights to a child you knew for 6 months?" She tried to walk away, but I followed her to the next aisle. You know what the funniest part was? When your lawyer had to explain why you deserved more rights than Jake's actual grandparents, who you've been blocking from seeing him this whole time. That part was true. Brittany had been telling Marcus's parents that I didn't want them around Jake, which was a complete lie. She'd been trying to position herself as the only connection to Marcus's side of the family. Other shoppers were starting to stare, and Brittany was full-on crying now. She managed to say, "I just loved him too," before practically running toward the exit. I felt vindicated in the moment, but when I got home and saw Jake playing with his toys, I realized how petty I'd been. The court had already handled it. Brittany couldn't hurt us anymore, and taunting her in public probably wasn't the best look for someone fighting for their kids' well-being. 2 months later, I found out Brittany had moved back to her hometown 3 states away. Jake asked about her once, and I just told him she was dealing with missing his dad and needed space to heal. Looking back, I probably should have taken the high road, but after watching her manipulate my 7-year-old for months and drag us through court, it felt pretty good to watch her realize she'd lost everything.